Dear students, today I am going to give a lecture on the topic stationary waves, which belongs to chapter 2, wave motion. What is wave and what is wave motion? The disturbance created in the medium is called wave. The propagation of disturbance without the actual movement of matter or particle is called wave motion. Examples: sound waves, water waves, and radio waves. There are two types of waves. One is traveling wave, another one is stationary wave. What is traveling wave or progressive wave? A wave which travels continuously in a medium in the same direction is called progressive wave. What is stationary wave? Here there are two traveling waves. One is towards positive x direction, another is towards negative x direction. They are identical waves. Identical means they have same amplitude, same wavelength, and same frequency. Now, one traveling wave moves from left to right towards positive x direction. Another one is moves from right to left towards negative direction. These two are traveling along the same straight line, but in the opposite direction. When these two are superimposes, what happens? So a wave pattern is formed. This wave pattern is called stationary wave pattern, and the waves are called stationary waves or standing waves. Why they are called stationary or standing wave means they do not move. So stationary waves are produced due to the superposition of two identical waves traveling with the same speed but in the opposite direction. Formation of stationary waves. Here is a simple experiment to explain the formation of stationary waves. Here, one electrically maintained tuning fork of 60 Hz is fixed to a stand and a thread is attached to it. Other end of the thread passes over pulley and it is attached to the weight hanger. When electrically maintained tuning fork is switched on, it starts vibrates. Now traveling waves travels from the tuning fork to pulley. At the pulley end, these traveling waves reflected back. The incident waves and reflected waves travels along the same straight line but in the opposite direction, superpose each other, and stationary waves are formed. So here there is a wave pattern. So, there are two traveling waves. One is red wave, another one is blue wave. Red wave is travel from left to right, blue wave is travel from right to left, and they superpose each other, and stationary waves are formed at different times. How the stationary waves are formed are shown in this figure. Stationary wave pattern consists of nodes and antinodes. What are nodes? Nodes are the points at which particles at rest. What are antinodes? Antinodes are the points at which particles vibrates with maximum amplitude, and the portion of the stationary waves between two nodes is called loop or segment, and the length of one loop is half of the wavelength. Characteristics of stationary waves. Stationary waves are localized. The disturbance do not travel in any direction. Stationary waves consist of nodes and antinodes. At antinode, the vibration is 0. At antinode, the amplitude of vibration is maximum. Nodes and antinodes are equally spaced. The portion of stationary waves between two consecutive nodes is called a segment or loop. Distance between any two consecutive nodes or consecutive antinodes is equal to half of the wavelength. There is no net flow of energy because these waves do not travel. These are the properties or characteristics of stationary waves. What are normal modes of a stretched string? What is a string? String may be a thread or a wire. Stretched string means it should be stretched tightly, or it is tied, the both ends are tied to a hooks of the walls. Normal modes of vibrating string. When the stretched string vibrates as one loop, it emits frequency of lowest possible frequency. That is called first mode or fundamental mode. It is called first harmonic. And if the stretched string vibrates as two loops, it is called second mode. If the stretched string vibrates as three loops, it is called third mode. So third mode. See, the first mode is also called fundamental mode, and it is called first harmonic, and the second mode is called second harmonic or first overtone, and third mode is called third harmonic or second overtone. See here, in the first mode, the the thread or a string vibrates as one loop. So fundamental mode or fundamental frequency, the mode of vibration of the string with the lowest possible frequency is called fundamental mode of vibration. The frequency of fundamental mode is called fundamental frequency. What are harmonics? See, second, third, fourth mode are harmonics. See, the integral multiples of the fundamental frequency are called harmonics. The fundamental frequency itself is called first harmonic. What are overtones? Higher harmonics other than first harmonic are called overtones. Harmonics and overtones examples. If the fundamental frequency of vibration of a stretched string is F1 is equal to 100 Hz, then 1 into 100, that is 100 Hz, is called first harmonic. This is a fundamental frequency. And 2 into 100 is equal to 200 is equal to Ft is called second harmonic, and it is first overtone. And 3 into 100 is equal to 300 Hz is equal to F3 is called third harmonic and second overtone. 4 into 100 is equal to 400 is equal to F4 is called fourth harmonic and third overtone. In generally, we can write down F1 is to F2 is to F3 is to F4 etc. is equal to 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to etc. Comparison of progressive waves with stationary waves. Progressive waves. First difference, progressive waves travels, stationary waves do not travels. Second one, in progressive waves or traveling waves, amplitude of vibration of each particle in the medium is same, but in stationary waves amplitude of vibration is different for different particles. You know that traveling waves are characterized by crests and troughs. Naturally, stationary waves are characterized by nodes and antinodes. Progressive waves carries energy from one point to another. Therefore, there is a net transfer of energy, but stationary waves do not carry energy because they are at rest. In progressive waves, no particle of the medium must permanently rest, but in stationary waves at nodes, the particles are permanently at rest. The pressure variation is same at all points in progressive waves, but in stationary waves pressure variation is different at different points. So these are the differences between progressive waves and stationary waves. Expression for frequency of vibration of a stretched string. When stretched string vibrates, it emits sound. The frequency of the sound emitted by a stretched string can be calculated using the formula F is equal to N by 2L into square root of T by M. For example, if guitar string is plucked, sound is emitted. How to calculate the frequency of the sound? So to calculate the frequency of the sound, this formula is used. F is equal to N by 2L into square root of T by m, where f is the frequency of vibration. Note that this is not the fundamental frequency, it is generally frequency. N is the number of loops of the stationary waves. T is the tension in the string, that means how much force is applied to stretch the string is called tension. And m is the mass per unit length of the string or linear density. L is the length of the string. So for fundamental frequency, in fundamental mode, the string vibrates as one loop. Therefore, number of loops n is equal to 1. Therefore, the above formula becomes f is equal to 1 by 2l into square root of T by m. Now, laws of vibration of a stretched string. There are three laws. First one is law of length. So, write down the formula for fundamental frequency. F is equal to 1 by 2l into square root of T by m. At constant tension and at constant mass per unit length, 2 is also constant. The above equation can be written like this. F is inversely proportional to 1 by L, inversely proportional to L. Thus, fundamental frequency of vibration of a stretched string is inversely proportional to its length when tension and mass per unit length are constant. What does it mean? If you increase the length of the string, the frequency of sound emitted by that string decreases at constant tension and at constant mass per unit length. Second law, law of tension. Here length L and mass per unit length m are kept constant. So now 2 is also a constant. Now the above equation becomes f is directly proportional to square root of T. What does it mean? As the tension increases, the frequency emitted by the string also increases. So the law can be stated like this. The fundamental frequency of vibration of a stretched string is directly proportional to the square root of the tension when length and mass per unit length are constant. Third law, law of mass. Here tension and length are kept constant. When tension T and length L are constant, 2 is a constant, the equation can be written like this. F is inversely proportional to square root of m. The fundamental frequency of vibration of a stretched string is inversely proportional to the square root of mass per unit length or linear density when tension and length are constant. So what does it mean? That means as the mass per unit length decreases, frequency of the sound emitted increases. That means if you take a thin wire, the frequency of sound emitted increases. If you take a thick wire, frequency of sound emitted decreases. This is the meaning of the law of mass. Thank you for patience hearing. Thank you very much.